Okay, another piece of industrial tech. And I know I repaired one of these a couple years ago. A SOLA SDN 5-24-100P. This is I think it's a 5 amp output. Yes, 5 amp output at 24 volts DC, mainly used for industrial applications. Anyhow, this thing died on my shift. So what happened was we had a planned shutdown, a plant power outage, and this one did not come back up. Out of probably hundreds that we have in the plant, this one did not come back to life. And I happened to save the nomenclature for the new power supply that I did install, so I thought I would zoom out on this and show you this just a little bit. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have a 5 amp model, so I had to put a 10 amp model in its place. So I used the 10-24-100P. Why don't we have 5 amp models? I don't know. Anyhow, there is some of the nomenclature that comes with the unit. It does talk about some temperature ratings over here, technical specs, blah, blah, blah. And temperature drift, regulation, load, line, blah, blah. You know, the list goes on and on. Anyhow, there's clearances, whatnot, and this thing is mounted on a DIN rail, and it has plenty of clearance, top, bottom, right, left. And it says basically it needs to have 25 millimeters above, 25 left and right, and 15 to the front. Well, we had well in excess of that. So, yep, I think that most likely the bootstrap cap has failed in this unit, and probably just with a simple capacitor replacement, it will be good. Once again, just like on the last one, there's technical assistance right there. Look at that, an actual telephono number. Interesting. Well, let me go ahead and pop the screws out of this thing, and we'll get it open up. There's the DIN rail mount to clamp it onto the DIN rail, which is how we do mount these things. Anyhow, let's open this thing up. One moment. Okay, well, there is the inside view of the unit, and I don't see any bulge caps at the moment. Everything looks perfectly fine in here. So I'm wondering, do we have a hard failure or a soft failure? I'm betting a soft failure, thinking maybe that capacitor right there, which would most likely be the bootstrap capacitor. They wouldn't do it out here on the output board by any means, but it does look like it has a relay, so if the voltage is not correct, it'll open that relay contact. Possibly, I'm not sure. It may actually start the standby power supply and then close this relay contact to energize these capacitors, the input, and then those are the output filter caps down here. So I'm thinking we'll check that capacitor first right there. I wonder if I can see. No, I cannot see what value that capacitor is. So we'll just turn it over here. It's those two little points right there. So let me find my ESR meter. It's been a couple of days since I've actually done any work. And we'll set up this guy right there. Clean the leads. Zero it out. And we'll check that capacitor. 14 ohms, a little bit high. That's a big capacitor, probably a 47 or a 100, maybe even a 220 microfarad. Like to see probably a half an ohm on that guy or less. But before we do anything, let's go ahead and apply AC power to this thing and just see what it wants to do, if anything at all. Let me get a cord connected up. One moment. Well, something's gone horribly wrong in this thing because I went ahead and I plugged it in without shutting the power off first. Whoops, my bad. So I did connect it according to the nomenclature here. There's the earth into that lead, neutral into this one, live into that one. So that should be correct. But when I turned it on, I got a little fireworks show down here. Let's try to power it up again and see if it pops. And yes. Yep, that's not good. So I'm going to say that's probably the failure point. So I don't think I'm going to go any farther on this one. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I'm supplying it with 120 volts. And yeah, maybe that cap went south. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna call this one a goner. So this might be a YouTube short in the end. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye. So just a little bit of follow-up. These resistors right here, they went poof. I'm not sure what that value is right there. 4 something, 30, 4.3, I don't know. Those two grenaded themselves. So a little bit of carnage going on in here. Maybe it was that bad cap after all. I'm not sure. But if you look very closely, it left a little shirt stain on my workbench right there from when I had this thing flipped over in this orientation. Why is the exposure so low? I do not have it on. I have it on auto magical exposure. I mean, why is it so dark? Anyhow, yeah, that's going to be it. Failure. The SOLA SDN 5-24-100P. All right, once again, thanks for watching. Everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye. Okay, inquiring minds want to know, is the fuse good? And yes, the fuse is still good. Holy crap. Blew all that crap out. Down in here, let's go ahead and enable macro zoom. Oh, gotta pause it. Hang on. One moment. Very hard to see down there because it's so dark with all the arcing, but looks like that 22 ohm resistor, it's end of life right there. Am I on? I think I'm pretty sure on auto magical exposure. Yes, I am. But yeah, anyhow, that's the top side of the board where we saw the little carbon particles light up there for a moment. And then, yeah, that's what damaged the workbench right there. Okay. I'm not saving this one. Recycle bin is destined for this one. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And inquiring minds want to know, nope, it did not blow the fuse. 3.15 amp fuse right here. It is still good on the AC input. Okay, take two. Recycle bin is deemed for this one.